Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the FPL Lounge. The international break is here, and if you're using this time to activate your wildcard, then here's a team template that could help you out. Before getting into the team, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates. Let's begin with the goalkeepers, and the first choice would be Alex McCarthy from Southampton. He has kept 4 clean sheets, which is the joint highest. Southampton have conceded 12 goals so far, out of which 5 came in a single game against Tottenham, and on 2 occasions they have conceded 3 goals. And Southampton have a decent run of upcoming fixtures, with Wolves followed by Manchester United and Brighton. Now Emi Martinez from Aston Villa is another option, but is 0.3 million costlier than McCarthy. So if you had Martinez from the start, then possibly you could stick with him. Otherwise, McCarthy is the best option in the 4.5 million price bracket. The first defender on the team is Ben Chilwell. Chelsea have kept 3 clean sheets in the last 5 games, and Chilwell has been impressive. He has scored 2 goals and provided 2 assists. He averages 2.2 key passes per game and 1 shot per game. He has created 11 chances in the league so far, which is just marginally below Trent Alexander-Arnold. But Chilwell has played lesser games than Alexander-Arnold. Chelsea have good upcoming fixtures with Newcastle in game week 9, followed by home games against Tottenham and Leeds. The second defender on the team is Vladimir Coufal. He has scored a total of 25 points and his attacking returns include 2 assists. He averages 1 key pass per game and he has created 5 chances so far. He also has 2 clean sheets to his name, but West Ham have had some of the toughest fixtures up until game week 8, and their fixtures going ahead are quite good, which include Sheffield in game week 9, followed by home games against Aston Villa and Manchester United. The next defender on the team is Matt Targett from Aston Villa. Now Aston Villa have been performing well both in attack as well as defense, and at a price of 4.5 million, Matt Targett is one of the cheapest options into that Aston Villa defense. Villa have kept 4 clean sheets so far, which is the joint most along with Southampton. Targett's attacking stats include 1 assist, 0.9 key passes and 5 chances created. Villa have a good run of upcoming fixtures with Brighton at home in game week 9, followed by West Ham and Newcastle. The next defender on the team is Stuart Dallas. Now Leeds have not been quite solid in the defense to be honest, but Stuart Dallas is one of the most attack-minded defenders in the league right now. His attacking stats include 1 goal and an assist. Leeds' upcoming fixtures include Arsenal at home, followed by Everton away and Chelsea away. The last defender on the team is Tariq Lamptey. He has scored a total of 29 points, which includes a clean sheet, a goal and 3 assists. He averages a further 0.9 key passes per game and he has created 7 chances in the league. And he has been one of the key players for Brighton this season. Let's take a look at the midfield now, and first up is Kevin De Bruyne. Now honestly, this spot would have gone to Mohamed Salah, but he tested positive for COVID. And the most worthy replacement for him, according to me, is Kevin De Bruyne. He has scored a goal and provided 3 assists so far for a total of 27 points, which by his standards is quite low. But the underlying stats are quite good. He averages 2.3 shots per game, 3.5 key passes per game, and he has created 20 chances in the league so far, which is second only to Mohamed Salah. Manchester City faced Tottenham in game week 9, but post that their fixtures are quite good, which include Burnley and Fulham at home in game week 10 and 11 respectively. The second midfielder on the team is Bruno Fernandes. He is one of the most transferred in players for game week 9, and that is mostly thanks to his display against Everton in game week 8. He has scored a total of 53 points, which includes 5 goals and 3 assists. He averages 2 shots per game and 2.9 key passes per game, and he has created 20 chances in the league so far, which is the second most for any player along with Kevin De Bruyne. Manchester United have a good run of upcoming fixtures, with West Brom at home in game week 9, followed by away games against Southampton and West Ham United. The next player in the team is Jack Grealish. He is the third highest scoring midfielder in the game currently with 60 points, and that includes 4 goals and 6 assists. He averages 1.7 shots per game, 2.9 key passes per game, and he has created 19 chances in the league. Aston Villa have a great run of upcoming fixtures, which includes Brighton, West Ham and Newcastle in the upcoming 3 game weeks. Next player on the team is Hakim Ziyech. He has started just 2 games for Chelsea this season and is already the most transferred in player for game week 9. And that is thanks to his 25 points haul in the last 2 games, which includes a goal and 3 assists. He averages 2 key passes per game and he has created 8 chances so far. In the upcoming 3 game weeks, Chelsea have an away fixture against Newcastle, followed by home games against Tottenham and Leeds. Completing my midfield is Thomas Soucek from West Ham. His attacking returns include 1 goal and an assist for a total of 27 points. He averages a further 1.6 shots per game, and at a price of 4.9 million, he could be one of the bargains of the season. Let's take a look at the forwards now, and first on the team is Harry Kane, the highest scoring player in the game currently with 80 points, and his attacking returns include 7 goals and 8 assists. He averages 3.6 shots per game, which is the highest for any player. He averages a further 2.3 key passes per game, and he has created 18 chances in the league so far. The biggest concern here is his upcoming fixtures, which include Manchester City, Chelsea, and Arsenal in the immediate 3-game weeks. But this is Harry Kane that we're talking about, and he's arguably the best forward in the Premier League right now. The next forward in the team is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He has been one of the most consistent performers this season, with 8 goals and 1 assist for a total of 57 points. He averages 2.8 shots per game, and the upcoming fixtures for Everton are quite good, which include Fulham, Leeds, and Burnley in the next 3-game weeks. Completing my team and the Aston Villa trio is Ollie Watkins. He has scored 6 goals and provided 1 assist for a total of 47 points. He averages 2.1 shots per game and 1.3 key passes per game. He has also created 9 chances in the league so far. Aston Villa have a kind run of upcoming fixtures, which include Brighton at home in Game Week 9, followed by West Ham in Game Week 10 and Newcastle in Game Week 11. The total value for this team is 100.2 million, which I think most managers can afford. Now I had some other strong options as well while picking this team, and first of them was James Rodriguez. He has a kind run of upcoming fixtures, but I preferred Hakim Ziyech instead, and that was purely based on form. The next player I had in mind was Wilfried Zaha, and that is again because of his kind run of upcoming fixtures. But I would prefer Grealish over Zaha, and that is thanks to his superior creativity. And the last option I had in mind was Patrick Bamford. Bamford has been in great form this season, but I preferred Watkins over him because Watkins has a better run of fixtures than Bamford. One thing to notice about this team is that there are no Liverpool assets in it, and that is because they are going through an injury crisis. Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mohamed Salah, Fabinho, Thiago are all unavailable for Game Week 9. So personally I would like to wait at least until Mohamed Salah is back before investing back in Liverpool.
Alright, so that's it for today. If you like the content, then please show your support by pressing the like button and sharing the video with your friends. Thank you for watching.